finished our trip to Scotland. We had a great time in Scotland. Now, let me tell you about our awesome trip to Sweden. We got on our flight from Edinburgh to Stockholm. Let's see what we'll do. We'll spend 3 nights at our cousin's house. Then we'll go to the lake house for 3 more nights. Then we'll go to Stockholm for the city life. Let's get going.
We got a big welcome from the cousins in Uppsala and then sat down for a dinner of Swedish meatballs and potatoes, new potatoes. And then we were surprised with a birthday cake for Idan called princess cake. How do you describe princess cake? It doesn't look very appetizing to me. It looks way too sweet, but it's actually really, really good. And it's not too sweet at all. It's lots and lots of layers of soft and cake and cream and just really pretty delicious. After a quick tour of the house, the girls were introduced to the trampoline lifestyle. The kids just go trampoline hopping from one to the next. They're in almost every other backyard in this little neighborhood where Bela and Zed live.
The next morning, my dad woke up to take a morning jog, and it was super bright outside because the sun rises at 3, which is super cool. When my dad got back, our family was all waked up, and we went through the forest to walk to Doju Ed's house with Iona. Iona's parents own the Airbnb that we're staying in, and then we got to the Doju Ed's place for breakfast. After breakfast, we got ready for Midsummer festival. Doju Ed invited all the neighbors over for lunch.
Midsummer is a holiday that celebrates the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. The community builds and decorates a maypole. Everyone makes wreaths out of flowers to wear while we dance and sing around the maypole.
To be part of a holiday or festival in another country makes us feel really privileged. It was great to finish off the day with dinner and cap it off with making new friends. I can really say that everyone was really kind and hospitable, and it was great to have the whole day. That was it. The next morning, Joed came up with a great idea to ride bikes over to a Austrian cafe, and the only really way to access it is via bike or a walk. It took us about half an hour to get there. It was beautiful weather, green scenery, and then we arrived at the cafe. A perfect reward for the effort with a nice lunch, a little coffee and cake at the end, fika as it's called in Swedish, and then we're back at it. That was it for another eventful day. The cafe, a tour in Uppsala, dinner, dessert, And then the next morning we came back from Yoed's place, back to our Airbnb to finish up all the packing. It was time to check out, say goodbye to Iona, and begin the next part of our adventure. And then where are we gonna go?
We're gonna go to a castle.
Which one?
Vic's castle.
We left Tasha and Yoed's community to meet up with my parents at their lake house with a couple of stops along the way. Our first stop is Vic's castle and a cute little lake that's nearby. We hung out with Zed and Bela one last time. It was fun to see the Swedes soaking up the sun by the lake. We said our final goodbyes to the Anise family, then headed to Forsby Cafe to meet up with my parents.
We were finally headed over to the fabled Gustafsson Lake House. It was about an hour and a half total drive time through the meadows, farmlands, and forests. We'd been meaning to and promised to make the trip out to see what it's all about for a couple of years now. And this was the year. Corona was behind us and the timing was working out for us to see the place in person. And boy, it didn't disappoint. After all those dinner conversations in Austin about what it would be like out at the lake, the place surpassed what I had imagined in my mind.
Save him.
No animals were hurt by cats in the making of this movie.
The season we came in was spectacular. Not only did it bring in the good weather, but due to the long days of sunlight, the plants were on overdrive and blooms were out everywhere. 5 years ago, Alexandra was able to purchase the house and land next to the original place that Karin and Benny had inherited from their father Lars. She had done well by building relationships with the neighbors around, and it had paid off. Over the years, Granddad Greg had put in his sweat equity to both places, incrementally making them more glamorous. In the summer prior to this one, he rebuilt the sunroom and the deck. The deck in particular made every meal enjoyable to eat outside. Even the mosquitoes couldn't hold us back. After dinner, we walked, and I think the kids rode over to Karin's place for a fabulous dessert she made. And this is where Maya Noah would sleep for the next 3 nights, while Sarah and I had a small cabin beside Marmy and Granddad's house.
After eating Marmy's famous oatmeal, we went to the horseback riding place. We got the horses from fields. They were really pretty and all had bangs, which was really cute. We went to go and brush them off and clean them up. When we started horseback riding, Abba told us that this was Karin's first place when she was a kid, when she was horseback riding. Then we were tolting. Tolting, it's like really fast walking, but all their legs go at the same spot. Let me tell you about a funny story. All the horses went into the water and they all started pooping, but Maya's horse was different. Maya tried to stop him, but he went straight into the water and Maya was left soaking.
Today we decided to go back to a wakeboarding park that we had seen on our drive to horseback riding.
man, I'm in adrenaline. It was so gnarly. I mean, I just love wakeboarding. But the storm is coming in, so that's why we kind of left. And it was so fun. Yeah, and now we're gonna go see if they have a lunch spot over there, and if they don't, we'll go into town.
We left the lake house and headed to the big city. First we had to return the car at the airport, and then we took the Arlanda Express into Stockholm. We walked about 3/4 of a mile to get to the hotel. To a shopping area nearby that had a restaurant that Alexandra had recommended to us. Really nice, great caviar that she had taken Karin and Ben when they were kids, and they loved it. We walked around that shopping area. It was really cute. Found a little fruit stand, and the girls got some fresh fruit. And then we did some shopping for wine and flowers to take to our friends for dinner that evening.
Show me what you got.
Jumbo blackberries, cherries.
We were 5 subway stations away from Solna, a suburb on the outskirts of Stockholm. We were invited over for a dinner at Nico's house, who I'd known for about 5 years, and we've been working together at Velocity.
But I want to say stuff.
Go, say stuff.
We have got off the train,
Subway,
and now we're going to have dinner at Abba's co-worker friend
Nico.
Dinner.
Fuel every morning was necessary on this trip. It seemed like Maya Noah's leg batteries only last about 5 miles a day or so. We could extend their walking life by sprinkling in some rides on electric scooters. Believe it or not, the scooters, Lime in this case, ended up being a really cost-effective way to get around the city. The Vasa Museum is a must-stop for all visitors in Stockholm. We really enjoyed it. It tells the story of a 17th century king wanting to build the biggest and grandest boat, only to have it capsize after its launch. We got to learn about greed, the physics of why it sank, and how they dredged it out, along with a little Law and Order about the inquiry trials afterwards.
We went to Grona Land, which was really fun. It's an amusement park. We had lots of fun except for this scene right here. That was a roller coaster that really scared me. I don't know about everybody else, it scared me. Then we went through a maze and stuff. Then we finished it off with a round of ice cream.
Maya, Noah, and Leo all had a great time at the amusement park. Next on the plan was happy hour at Spotify, where Karin works. Spotify, a startup from Sweden, now one of the largest music streaming service providers, has just the work environment you'd expect, with baristas, bar, snack, and game rooms, along with a killer view from the rooftop balcony. We could see many of the sites and spots we'd been to, and then plan out our next 2 days worth of activities. After Spotify, we took the subway to Leo's apartment. Karin and Cornelius have a beautiful place in the west part of town, Västermalm. We got dinner for the kids and Leo in bed before heading ourselves for a night out in Södermalm, which is the south part. After touring the old town, we went back to the hotel to chill. Maya and I went on a little date around town to get pastries, milk, cheese to have at our place. Karin came over after work to enjoy with us. And then it was round 2 for Maya and Noah to babysit Leo while we went out. On your mark, get set, go. We spent our last day together hanging out with Leo and walking around his neighborhood. The playgrounds all around Sweden are imaginative and interactive, and this one at Rålambshov Park was no exception. At the skate park, Maya and Noah got to hone their tricks. It's rewarding seeing how practice and patience can over time improve their skills. Even our very last moment in Sweden together was sweet, pun intended. Hands down the best ice cream on the trip. Thanks for watching this video. It took me a little bit longer to make than normal. Can't wait to adventure with the family again. All that's left now is to make our journey back home via London.